Mr. Alfred Korir,
Yes.
you have truly impressed me with your honesty when you're responding to the question raised by the two young lawyers from the governor's side. I would like you to uphold that standard. And the question is this. Cybersecurity expects the highest standards. The reason why end-to-end encryption is the standard, specifically to address what is disturbing us now, namely, to make it impossible for unauthorized persons to access the system.
Yes.
So given that you honestly accepted that your system is not foolproof, do you still want the Senate to use your evidence to remove the governor when it was porous? That's question number one. The last question, since you've said you're the expert, who asked you to advise the County Assembly of Kericho to use a system which you, the expert, knew was porous?
Senator Beatrice Akinyi.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker. Other than policies of the Kericho County, e-voting systems must comply with other national existing legal and regulatory frameworks. Is there any nationally that you think you may not have complied with?
Senator Thangwa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Yes, it is true an assembly can have a static IP address. That is the router. But that router will give different IP addresses to all the gadgets. So you cannot have an IP address the same from each gadget. I'm an IP expert, IT expert. My question is, yeah, verified. My question is, it is hypothetical, Mr. Speaker. From the IT department of Kericho Assembly, can you recommend your system to IEBC so that probably they can use this system in the next general election? That's one. And question number two, Mr. Speaker, question number two, we have seen that one IP address voted about 9 times. My question is to the Council for the Governor. Are these 9 people who are voted for the one who have already done an affidavit to say they were voted for? Those are my questions. But, Mr. Speaker, this is a classic case of a proxy voting system. Thank you.
Senator Moma.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. To the witness, the matter before the Senate is for us to determine whether there was a valid vote taken in respect of the impeachment of the governor, how many MCS voted, and I would want you to indicate how many MCS were present, how many voted, and can you confirm that nobody voted for any MCA? Is that evidence before us?
Senator Kisang, order Senator for Narok County.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, mine are 2 questions. Question number 1 is, who made the decision to use a system that had not been used before on a critical matter like this? Secondly, as the County Assembly of Kericho, are you registered as a data processor and data controller or not? Number 3 is, As an IT expert, yourself and myself, I have 34 years of practice. Did you send the IBBD numbers and IT number and ID numbers as bulk, or you sent to each person individually? And what was the use of using? Because I believe each MCA, they know their own IBBD numbers and they know their IDs. Do you have a system also to regularly assist the MCAs to change their passwords? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Eddy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The expert in the House, yesterday when you argued on the principles and requirements of a secure e-system, you argued that ID was the best to use for password generation. Yet we know that any member of the public's ID numbers are everywhere in the county documents. So why was there no other, or do you have any other way that you could be able to have given password access? For instance, generation of OTPs, so that it is a second layer verification. Number two, this was the first time you are adjusting the existing system to a voting system. And therefore you say that you designed this system to meet that in the shortest time possible. In an event where Senator Kajwang has asked for us to access the logs, and the governor said to access the logs, in an event where you cannot share with us that, can you share with us a rational unified process, especially looking at the project duration and software increments that you did? Can you share with us that in this house, or can you take us through your RUP process?
Senator Lelegwe.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Alfred, I want to point you to page 12, where it's contained, where message confirmation report is contained on electronic voting link. In that page, I wanted you to confirm whether that link is manually or system generated.
Are you done, Senator?
Two, if it's system generated, why is entry number 13 a 25-digit number while all others are 24-digit number?
Senator Chute.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. To the witness, it is your evidence that you said each member takes a minute. And on page 29 to page 32, 9 persons voted on the same IP address. And it is your evidence also, said there are 2 devices in the premises. So the IP address is on a particular device. So my question is, unless you want us to remove the governor on a flimsy excuse, why should you use the same IP address? That takes 1 minute for each person. That's already 9 minutes. How is it possible that these people took 9 minutes to vote on the same IP address? Definitely they've used a system. So tell this Honorable House, how did it happen that you used 9 minutes for 9 persons? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to know from the witness, for how long have they been using the electronic voting system in the County Assembly of Kericho? That is point number 1. Number 2, I also wanted to know, in the event of system failure, which system have they kept in place to assist the members of County Assembly of Kericho to vote. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Bwana Speaker. Swali langu ni kwa mkurugenzi wa IT. Hii ni mara ya pili ya kutumua gavana wa Kericho. Na unajua kuna tudhandi. Katika kona zote, kila kitu yote siku hizi ni IT. Kama ni kwa election, kama ni nini, siku hizi watu warudi kwa numbers. Na kama ulikuwa unataka kusaidia watu wa Kericho na Kenya mzima, kwa nini wakati kazi ilianza ya kufoti, wakati system ileta shida, kwa sababu macho yote ilikuwa kwa wewe, hata kama uko ndani ya shamba, kwa nini au kusimamisha mara moja ndio uweze kusema system ni mbaya, ndio uweze kusema kuwaambia, kwa sababu wakati wa voting ndio uweze waende kusema kutafuta watu wawili wa kusema yes na no wasimamishwe pale, ndio waweze kupata two-thirds. Bwana Speaker, swali langu ni hilo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. My question to the witness is, I want to know if this Peter on page 15 of volume 4A and 16 and 17 who tried to log in so many times and the login failed, if he was ever assisted to vote. And I would also want to ask, this is a very heavy matter of impeachment, and when we look at the system, it had problems. How come you continued with it and allowed MCS to vote through the same system which had difficulties in voting for an impeachment? This is a heavy matter. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Wamatinga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question goes to the IT expert. You know, in the age of cybersecurity, I waited for you to mention what kind of firewalls you had put to ensure that we do not have unlawful intrusion. If you did have such a firewall, would you kindly provide us with the logs that showed that there were people who attempted to log in and they were actually denied entry? The second question is, why was it not easy for you to use randomly generated passwords instead of you designated passwords to the MCAs which could be manipulated? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Shakila.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate today we are doing the job or the work of the MCAs on how they voted, whether they voted or not, which is not our work as a Senate, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we can as well call those the MCAs to come and vote here to establish the truth of the matter, because it seems now the doubt is how they voted, who didn't vote, and how many times, which is not our work. We are here, when a governor is brought here, we look at the issues and impeach the governor, or we save him. But now we're doing the work of the MCAs, Mr. Speaker. That is not the work of this House. It is very unfortunate. We either bring those MCAs here to vote before the eyes of the senators to establish the truth of the matter and close this case once and for all. Thank you, Mr.
Senator
Speaker.
Wakoli.
No question there.
Asante.
Order, honorable senators. Senator Wakoli, you may proceed.
Mheshimiwa Spika, kulingana na mawasilishi ya mawakili, kumekuwa na mtafaruku kwamba kuna wale walipiga kura kupitia simu na wengine kupitia vipatakalishi. Langu ni je, ama kwa Wakenya waelewe, ni kina nani walipiga kura kupitia simu za rununu na wangapi walitumia kompyuta? Pili, kulingana na uweledi wa mtaalamu huyu, kuna thibitisho kupitia kanda ya video kama sasa jumba la Senate wa Kenya wanafuata moja kwa moja, kuna thibitisho kwamba waliopiga kura walikuwa ndani ya jumba la County Assembly, ama ni wapiga kura hewa ambao tu kupitia nambari ulizosema wanathibitishwa. Na mwisho kabisa, wewe kama mtaalamu, iwaje hauelewi mfumo, mbinu ama sheria ambazo zapaswa viongozi katika jumba la county kupiga kura? Asante Mheshimiwa Spika.
Senator Morango James.
Asante sana Mstahiki Spika. Nilikuwa nimezima kwa sababu swali lilikuwa nataka kuuliza lilikuwa na Senator Wakoli.
Then take your seat, Senator Methu.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I would just want to confirm from the witness who is on the stand, and the witness has taken an oath. There are so many documents here. The witness on the stand has sworn with the Bible. Mr. Witness, just a confirmation. Is it your position before God and before the Senate that indeed that 3 MCAs voted or 28 MCAs voted? That would be my first concern. And the second one, do you actually also know the implication of the oath that you have taken before this House if it is later found out, indeed because it can be found out, that not that 3 MCAs voted and 28 voted? Do you actually know the implication of that oath that you have taken as a witness before this House?
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If you go to volume 4A, page 12, if you look at the bulk SMS that has been sent. If you look at the bulk SMS that has been sent, there are 28 out of the 47. So why did the member send, the witness sent only 28 and not 47 as a bulk SMS? 2, you have 47 MCAs, and I think they are all in the chamber at that time. Where are those who abstained and those who have not voted against the governor?
Senator Olekina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me just get some clarification in terms of the IP addresses. I was listening to the counsel for the governor cross-examining the witness and referred to the issue of the IP address. And the first question which was asked, which is what I want clarity, is whether or not one device or 2 devices can use the same IP address. That is the question. Number 2, the question goes to the witness. I want to know whether at the Kericho County Assembly there is a Wi-Fi router, or all the MCAs vote using their unique phone numbers. Whether there is one Wi-Fi router that produces one static IP address that is shared among several devices, or whether each of those members of the assembly are using their own phones to be able to vote. And finally, whether the device which was used based on the IP addresses listed on page 29, 30, and 31, the one that you allege were assisted voters, whether the laptop which was used to exercise this vote was sharing the same IP address, or the same router, or the same Wi-Fi? Because I heard you saying that you get fiber from Safaricom. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Witness, you may now respond to those queries.